This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
One 1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The United Kingdom to provide grounds for health support and fellowships. The central bank maintains policy interest rates at current levels. Attention has been paid to minimize the increasing of forest fire day by day. 40,000 rupees will be paid per hectare for the paddy and other crop cultivation damage due to the drought. It has been stated that there is no need to import rice as there are stocks of rice in the country until the harvest of the Maha season is reached. Foreign news, India's lunar rover Pragyan takes a walk on the moon. News in detail. British Acting High Commissioner Lisa Vanstall called on Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena together with a delegation from Fleming Fund of the UK Department of Health and Social Care to discuss the commencement of the second phase of the UK aid programme to Sri Lanka at the Temple Trees in Colombo yesterday. She said the healthcare grants programme, which was halted for the last couple of years due to the COVID pandemic, will be resumed in January 2024. Under this grant, assistance will be provided to support, to generate, to share and use antimicrobial resistance data to reduce drug resistance. The Prime Minister thanked United Kingdom for selecting Sri Lanka as a recipient of this healthcare programme, which will be immensely useful to advance the health system in the country. He pointed out that Sri Lanka Health Service is based on the British system, and there will not be any difficulty in implementing such healthcare programmes. British Council's Country Director Orlando Edwards presented a set of publications on English language training methods of the Council to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Gunawardena urged the Acting High Commissioner and the British Council to introduce English language education to youth in the rural areas. Dr. Jessica Wallace and Dr. Neha Kulati of the UK Fleming Fund, Andrew Price and the British High Commission and the Additional Secretary to the Prime Minister, Deepa Liyanage, also took part in the discussion. The Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to maintain the Standing Deposit Facility Rate and the Standing Lending Facility Rate SLFR of the Central Bank at their current levels of 11% and 12% respectively. The board arrived at the decision at its meeting held yesterday following a careful analysis of the current and expected developments in the domestic as well as the global economy, while noting the significant easing of monetary conditions affected since June 2023, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka said. State Minister for Defence Pramita Bandara Tennakoon said that attention has been paid to minimize the increasing of forest fire day by day. The incidents of forest fire have been reported amidst the dry weather condition. A discussion in this regard was held at the ministry recently. The officials of the Triforces, Police and Fire Brigade were present at the occasion. He also stated that the forest fire incidents have increased rapidly when comparing to last year. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. State Minister says that compensation of 40,000 rupees will be paid per hectare for the paddy and other crop cultivation damage due to the drought. The import of animal food will be increased in order to reduce the price of chicken and eggs. State Minister Shehan Semasinga said that a new program will be implemented to strengthen the small and medium-scale paddy mill owners. Minister Susil Premjanda said that graduates will be recruited for teacher services. The government has paid more attention on the children that need special attention. Teachers will be trained in this regard. State Minister Shanta Bandara said that the postal service should be modernized. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Mahinda Amarveera says that there is no need to import rice as there are stocks of rice in the country until the harvest of the Maha season is reached. A high yield has been received from the Maha season cultivation due to the supply of fertilizer and financial assistance in a proper manner. He made these remarks at a function held at the Presidential Office yesterday under the theme of modernization of the agriculture sector. 512,000 hectares of land have been cultivated during the previous Yala season after a 10-year period. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB Janajaya Vasana. Unbelievable discounts and offers throughout August from CIB Janajaya Vasana. Come today itself.
In Watchlight this afternoon, officers of the Legal Assets Investigation Division of the Criminal Investigation Department arrested a woman recently who had cheated a large number of people living in Galle and its surroundings by defrauding a large number of people living in and around Galle by investing their money, promising high interest in local and foreign companies. Locally, she is said to be investing in a liquor business and money lending business. From the year 2019 to the year 2023, for more than 4 years, it has been revealed in the investigation that she has taken money from hundreds of thousands of people. And that came to you in Watchlight.
CIB Janajaya Vasana. Unbelievable discounts and offers throughout August from CIB Janajaya Vasana. Come today itself.
Moving on to world news in the headlines. India lunar rover Pragyan takes a walk on the moon. North Korea's second spy satellite launch fails. India bridge collapse, at least 26 killed at construction site. India's moon rover has taken first steps on the lunar surface a day after the country made history by becoming the first to land near the South Pole. Chandrayaan-3's rover ramped down from the lander and India took a walk on the moon, the space agency said. The Vikram lander successfully touched down as planned last evening. With this, India joins an elite club of countries to achieve a soft landing on the moon after the US, the former Soviet Union and China. The 26-kilogram rover called Pragyan, the Sanskrit word for wisdom, was carried to the moon in the Vikram lander's belly. North Korea's second attempt to put a spy satellite into space has failed 3 months after its first launch crashed into the sea. The attempt this morning failed during the third stage of its flight, state media said. For North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, a spy satellite is a coveted prize as it would let him monitor incoming attacks and plot his own more accurately. Pyongyang Space Agency has said it will try again in October. South Korea said it detected the launch of the rocket yesterday and that it had flown through international airspace over the Yellow Sea between mainland China and the Korean Peninsula. At least 26 people have been killed and more are feared missing after a railway bridge under construction collapsed in northeastern India, officials said. The incident occurred near the towns of Sairang in the state of Mizoram. Up to 40 workers were at the site when part of the bridge collapsed, according to local media reports. The cause of the incident is not yet clear, and the railway authority has opened an investigation. 3 people have so far been rescued. Back to the headlines of the world news. India's lunar rover Pragyan takes a walk on the moon. North Korea's second spy satellite launch fails. India's bridge collapse, at least 26 killed at construction site. And that ends world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Job opportunities for well-experienced housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait for ages 40 to 58 years. Salary 125,000 rupees. Contact 0377500 500.
On to development news. Development activities in 7 entrepreneurial agri-villages in the Hambantota district is now being implemented. This program has been initiated by the Ministry of Agriculture with the support of all relevant institutions. Renovation of 22 old tanks, 25 dams and 28 remote agri-roads are being carried out. And that was Development News.
Job opportunities for women from Deshakti Lanka in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Oman. Housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia, ages 40 to 58 years. Arabic speaking and well-experienced home cooks. Salary 135,000 rupees. Interviews are now on with foreign agents. You can travel overseas free of charge now. Branches Colombo, Kurunegala, Anuradhapura and Matara. Contact number 0377 500 500. Deshakti Lanka Foreign Employment Agency.
Sports news, it's cricket. The second one-day cricket match between Pakistan and Afghanistan, hosted by Sri Lanka, will be played at the Surya Weber International Stadium today. The match will begin at 3 p.m. Pakistan team won the first match played against Afghanistan. The third and final match between the two teams is scheduled to be played on Saturday. Sri Lanka women's cricket team left for match tour in England at dawn today. Before leaving, the captain of the team, Chamri Atapattu, said that her team is ready to face a match with the England team. During the tour, the team will play a 3-match T20I series and a 3-match ODI series. The ODI series is a part of the ICC Women's Championship. The tournament will be held from the 31st of this month to the 14th of next month. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
On to business news. The Indian budget carrier SpiceJet commenced direct flight services between Madurai in India and Colombo in Sri Lanka from Sunday. Its first flight, SG003 from Madurai, carrying 30 passengers and 4 crew, arrived at the Bandaranaike International Airport. And in July, the SpiceJet announced it will resume flights between Madurai and Colombo starting today. The direct flight services were suspended during the COVID epidemic. And that was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news. In a bid to expand the Katunayake International Airport to meet the increased number of passenger traffic, steps will be taken to construct a terminal building on a temporary basis. This will be done within 6 months, said Minister of Sports, Shipping and Aviation Nimal Sitipala de Silva. While the existing airline flying to Colombo have added frequency, new airlines have added Colombo to their radar. With the winter season coming and Sri Lanka averaging over 125,000 arrivals per month, the airport needed to be expanded. And that was economic news.
Weather report.
A few showers will occur in the western and Sabragamu provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the central and Uva provinces and in the Ampara, Batiklo and Polonnaruwa district during the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere over the island. And that was the weather report. Prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The United Kingdom to provide grants for health support and fellowships. The central bank maintains policy interest rates at current levels. Attention has been paid to minimize the increasing of forest fire day by day. 40,000 rupees will be paid per hectare for paddy and other crop cultivation damage due to the drought. It has been stated that there is no need to import rice as there are stocks of rice in the country until the harvest of the Maha season is reached. Foreign news, India's lunar rover Pragyan takes a walk on the moon. And with that we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.